Good morning, nerds. It's good to see you on this Thursday morning. Let's go ahead and make sure that our desk is set up. You'll need your class notebook, your handbook, and something to write with. Please make sure all applicable links are also opened so you can be successful today without having to pop back and forth. Now, going over a couple of quick class notes. Using technology, especially as we launch Macbeth. I want you to consider this a reminder as well as your only warning. Plagiarism is a 0. You can use the internet to guide your thinking. Do not use it for its words. That means I can't stop you from looking at things online. But if you tell me that volta is Italian for turn, and I did not tell you that in the actual presentation, you're not doing the work yourself. I know you're writing. We have apps. Don't do it. Any cases of plagiarism will just be an automatic 0 with a follow-up with your family and Mr. Gaddison. Do the work. You're smart enough to do it. Don't be lazy. A couple of other key trends we saw yesterday is submitting your class notes. I received lots of texts and emails, so thank you for continuing to reach out and try. Just be patient. We'll get through this. I'm also relinking the How to Use Schoology PowerPoint to walk you through the process of uploading those assignments. One thing I'm going to say now and repeatedly throughout this entire video, your class notes are due at 9:30. Your class notes are due at 9:30. This means it should be completed, rightfully so, before your exit ticket. Now, you can send your class notes to me absolutely after 9:30. You will still receive a 0, but you will also receive word assurances that I still love and respect you. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. We are launching our final text of the year, and it is Shakespeare's play, Macbeth. What you'll be able to do today is to read, take note, and summarize the first 2 scenes of Act 1 of Shakespeare's Macbeth. Now, what that will look like is you will submit your notebook page, that's right, by 9:30, that will list a summary of Act 1, Scene 1 and 2. You should include any major plot points, any characterization you see of our major characters, but most importantly, you must answer the guided reading questions that I give you. You must answer the guided reading questions I give you. You must answer the guided reading questions I give you in order to get credit for your notebook assignment. And you'll also have a Macbeth exit ticket today. So, ladies and gentlemen, your discussion post should be completed by 8:40. After that, no credit is given, but please join our conversation. Your class notes, yes, I told you throughout this entire video, uploaded as a Schoology assignment by 9:30. It will be a 0 at 9:31. There will be no redos. There will be no makeups. You need to treat this much like homework annotations. Part because whenever you would leave my class in the physical building, you had something tangible to reflect and review. The same should be when you leave my virtual class. You're still doing work and you should have something to reflect and review. Your exit ticket will be due at 8:20 the following morning. So that means your exit ticket for today will not be due until 8:20 tomorrow. Now, if you get this all done in the hour block, which you absolutely can, then kudos. But I do not want you to rush and submit something that will give you a less than mastery grade. Now, before you pause me and set up your notebook, please make note of this. If you find yourself struggling to answer these 3 guided reading questions today, you need to hop onto Zoom and we'll work through it together. Again, these notes are due at 9:30. And then lastly, make it neat and legible so I can see your amazing notes, and put your name at the top of your notebook. That way I can make sure you're submitting your own quality work. Now you're going to pause for no longer than 3 minutes and set up your notebook. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before you pause and even read this, just listen to the soothing tone of my voice. I'm actually really excited about launching this with you. So I'm going to walk you through this slide, but do not pause yet because I'm going to add some more information that you will need to hear. So things to know before reading this amazing play. Macbeth, a quick synopsis. Macbeth is a noble soldier and a Thane of Glamis. A Thane is like a title, like a duke or an earl, and it simply means he is a landowner. He then becomes very power hungry, which is an understatement, and so does his wife, Lady Macbeth. That's it in a nutshell. Now, some of the key characters you'll need to make note every time we see them will be Macbeth, our title character, but also we're going to meet his foil later, Macduff. We're also going to be talking about Lady Macbeth, and I stand Lady Macbeth, y'all. I really do. I cannot wait to talk about gender roles in Lady Macbeth. Every time we see King Duncan, however briefly, you should be making a note of him. And of course, I want you to make a note of Banquo. And you're like, of course, let me tell you why. So, as you know, Miss Lomax grew up in England, and each year her high school will hold an annual Shakespeare festival. And for like a week, we would shut down English class and practice our performances and then put them on in front of the entire student body. Yours truly was Banquo 2 years running, her freshman and sophomore year. Royalty. Well, actually not, because Banquo's not royalty. Maybe later though, but that could be a spoiler. So let's continue. Thematic topics. We're going to be talking about power and ambition. We're going to be talking about fate versus free will, and we're going to be talking about gender roles. Now, these have been themes we've actually seen in almost every single one of our novels, so I'm really excited for you now to begin making connections between all of our texts. Now, some background that will help frame your thinking as you're reading Macbeth. So we know that Elizabethan sonnets were called Elizabethan after Queen Elizabeth, but unfortunately she dies and King James takes her spot. Now, King James paid William Shakespeare to write plays much like Queen Elizabeth did. Now, in order to express his gratitude, Shakespeare wrote this play, most people believe, for King James himself. What you'll notice is that what you'll now know is that King James can actually trace his lineage back to a Macbeth character, Banquo, so ladies and gentlemen, that absolutely does mean that Macbeth is loosely based on a very true, gory, horrific, power-hungry, greedy, but apt for its time, true story. And this true story takes place in Scotland. So again, based on a true story, King James, yes, that King James from King James Bible. I'm really excited to talk this out with you. So if you have any questions about Macbeth after you read Act 1, Scene 1, you should feel free to hop onto Zoom, where we'll be ready to get super nerdy at 8:50. If you have any questions, you can always email or text, or again, stop by Zoom and ask those questions. Have a great day.